Hello, trading is closed on April 28th, 2020. We'll go over our calls, look for the pattern with the early low. This is it. Tomorrow has the early high. We said unless we gapped up and took out these highs early, lower prices should print. So since we had that gap, there was no call. But we did say future gains would be limited, which turned out to be an understatement. And here's what we said. During the day, we had an ultimate sell signal here. That's worked. An ultimate sell signal in the afternoon. That also worked. This move and this move were both said to be false and had to retrace. There's an optional target of 2905.22. 95% chance it prints tomorrow. I'm not going to write it on the other page because I think there's a decent chance that today's open was the end of this up leg. It isn't guaranteed yet, but it's optional. It doesn't have to print. I don't want people risking money on it based on the information we have now. Real question in my mind if this could be it. You got this nice trend line here. You can see this consolidation is usually between 38.2 and 61 fib level. That's close enough for me. You draw 61.8% of this whole huge rally. It's within a few points. A lot of resistance here. If that is the end, and it's not guaranteed yet, here's the idea. And then you count these subwaves this way. You really want to undercut this low. And I think this is a three-wave structure going up, and it's a matter of time until it throws in the towel. Today's high is a candidate for the end of the bear market rally. We do have mixed signals, so these rules should apply. The pattern tomorrow has an early high. Typically, it's a bullish day with a high in the final hour. Failure is a straight line drop. So that pattern is bullish. The optional target's bullish too. That's good. But there's a lot of really bearish stuff here. Today's high started early, dropped all day, ended late. Unless you gap over today's high or take it out fast, further lows should be seen. Got a VIX sell signal to go with the old VXO sell signal. You take the Bollinger Bands, you get a move under the lower band, a reversal back up through it. It's pretty good at calling tops. Got trend line resistance, fib resistance, wave count with the top. Lower failed targets have to print at some time. Now there is an FOMC meeting tomorrow. I think it's hard to predict. I will always go into it flat. So even if this is the correct call, that this very well could be the end of the rally leg, if it drops as soon as the FOMC meets, I probably won't participate. It's just too wild for me. There are plenty of times the market's much more predictable than after these meetings. I like to risk my money when it's more predictable. Well, tomorrow's pattern has the early high. Usually it's positive, but this is a negative pattern, high to low. Failure of tomorrow's typical pattern is a straight line drop. There's an optional target back up here. Remember, optional means it doesn't have to print. I think this rally leg is almost over, and if this wasn't it, I don't think it'll be too much more. And that's today's call.